is here, and one is enough because we are here to hang out. What's good? It is Sunday. It is Easter. Thank you for spending your Easter evening with me. I don't know how many people are going to show up. Maybe a lot of you guys have like families and family stuff to do, or maybe you want to come and hang out with a degenerate convict like me on Sunday night. I don't have that much going on, so I am definitely here. So welcome. I appreciate you being here. So I wanted to talk about something real quick. I wanted to talk about cellmates. Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going, metal listener? What's up, smell that? So, country, what's up, dog? How you doing? Good to see you. IBN, what's up, man? Art Random, good to see you guys. Cletus Van Dame, yo, that's a great name. Yo, that shit was lit, bro. So look, man, I wanted to talk about cellies and what makes a good cellie. If any of you have never been incarcerated before, this might be educational for you. One thing that makes a great cellie is someone who does not snore. I'm not that great of a cellie. I snore. I try to limit my snoring by sleeping on my belly, and all good cellies sleep on their belly. Just so you know, that's like a whole saying. It's right for a reason. So somebody who doesn't snore, somebody who's not overly loud, somebody who's not messy. Oh my God, a messy cellie is a nightmare. But I want to talk about real quick. I had a cellie. Hey, what's up, Ian? Have a good night at work, brother. I want to talk real quick about a cellie that I had who would talk in his sleep. Now, this wasn't like in a cell, but this was like my bunkie on a dorm. And this dude would sleep talk, and he would say some of the wildest stuff that I have ever heard. Happy Easter to you guys, man. I appreciate each and every one of you. What's up, Oregon? Shannon, what's good? Hey, Alma from Oregon, what's up? So this dude would say the craziest stuff, like legit craziest. Like me and everybody around him, we would stay up all night, like until he went to sleep, just to hear the wild stuff that would come out of this dude's mouth on a routine basis. This dude was like chronic with it. Yo, Quentin, what's up? I love you, brother. Good to see you, man. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Happy Easter, dude. If you guys aren't following Quentin DeSeuss, you got to go do it, man. That Quentin's the dude. He is amazing. If you guys are trying to get motivated into fitness, if you guys are trying to get your mental health dialed, if you guys just want to hear somebody talk about their traumas and how they've overcome so much and gotten into recovery, Quentin is a good dude, man. Y'all should go find him. He's up there in the comments. Hey, there he is again. Happy Easter, brother. Love you, man. So, like, this dude would talk about just wild stuff, right? Like, just incoherent, wild stuff. But he started talking one time like he was actually talking, like, in an interrogation to some police. Like, he was snitching on people while he was sleep talking, which was wild, right? It was absolutely wild. So, the next day, we were all kind of disturbed. We were like, yo, you know what? Like, you sleep talk. We all listen to you. It's weird, super weird that somebody sleep talks every single night. Like, very clearly, not just mumbling, but like this dude is like, sometimes it would make sense, sometimes it wouldn't. Hey, Jamie, rest in peace, Jeff. So we checked his paperwork. It turns out this dude was actually a snitch. He actually told on his co-defendant, and it all came from him sleep talking, the way that we figured it out. And I'm going to do a full length pretty soon about what happened with that, because it's kind of a wild story. But when I'm talking about what makes a good cellie and what doesn't, that's something that just came to mind. How do you check someone's paperwork? So look, I'm a boomer, and I'm from the state of Oregon. In the state of Oregon, the only thing that you were allowed to take from county to state when you got convicted and you got sent upstate was you were allowed to take your legal paperwork. They weren't allowed to keep that from you. They wouldn't let you take anything else. So you would write down all of your like homies' info from county so that you could get a hold of them in the future and all that. And you would keep that on your paperwork, but it had everything on your paperwork. Like whether you, hey Blue, what's up, Vape Life? If you guys aren't following the Outlaw Feminist, you are sleeping and you need to wake up. It's time to go follow Blue. She's absolutely amazing. But yo, like, yeah, it's like a Discovery fast food god. 100%. Like the Discovery and then everything that happened in court, like you get like a big stack of paperwork. So it'll tell what your charges are. It'll tell if you cooperated. It'll tell if you testified. against anybody. It gives you like that whole thing. So that's what paperwork was. I don't know if they're still even doing paperwork. I don't know if the system went paperless in Oregon. And that's not really the most relevant way to check on what somebody's there for now, because the limiting part about using paperwork was that you would only be able to tell what they were down on that set for. So they might be down for like car theft this set. Their last set, they might have run up into a kindergarten and been snatching kids and you wouldn't know, bro. So now what people do a lot of the time, since there's so much more cell phones with internet, I have been in prison since 2010, so we didn't have that back then. You can look it up in like 3 seconds. We used to try to call and have our people on the streets be like, hey, I need you to run this name for me. What's up? But they got hip to that, and since they listened to all of your phone calls, they started busting people right off rip for having people on the outs look it up. So that was a bust. Yeah, Mary, I've checked on a few. That's what's up. That's what's up. We got to let them boys know what's up with the people around them, man. I don't know about y'all. I don't want to share air with a weirdo. Like, I'm not trying to breathe the recycled air with somebody who does that type of stuff. I don't think oxygen should be allotted to them. I definitely am not going to share it with them. That's 100% what's up. Stream Sniper, thank you so much. Thank you to everybody. I saw like a whole slew of people wishing me a happy Easter. This is like the first real holiday since I lost a kid. Well, I guess there was New Year's. I was in, it was December 28th that he passed. I was in such a state during that period of time. Like, New Year's didn't even come up on my register. I've been having a hard time today, you guys. And like, this is a community. This isn't just me getting up here and talking at you guys, man. Like, I want to be transparent and I want to be honest with you guys. And a lot of you guys know that Alan died December 28th. It was fentanyl. He was celebrating that he had just graduated from barber school. He was celebrating that he had just gotten an awesome job. He was 23 years old. And he was celebrating drinking a little bit. Somebody offered him some cocaine. There was fentanyl in it and he didn't make it. And you know what I'm saying? Like, back in the day, there was so much margin for error. Like, you didn't see kids dying nonstop like this. You know, like, these days it's just so, it's Russian roulette every single time. The fentanyl changed everything and it's just a nightmare. So this has been my first real holiday without him, and it just hurts, man. Like, I've been in pain today. So I just wanted to share that with you guys and be honest with you guys. Like, I don't know if you could tell, I've been crying most of the day. And I'm not going to lie about that. I'm not going to play tough guy with you guys. I'm always going to come at you honest with what I'm going through. Talking about this is, you know, it's making my face wet. You know, I miss my kid, man. He was the coolest kid. Steven Johnson said, so is it just easier on you if you stay quick and listen to the people around you, or do you have to be loud and boisterous when it comes down to it? Are you talking about in prison, Steven? Look, in prison, like, being the loud dude in prison is not really in your best interest. Like, the dudes who are loud, those dudes are like peacocking, bro. That's what I call it. They're ruffling their feathers and they're, you know, putting on a big show, probably because they pussy, probably because they ain't trying to fight. You know what I'm saying? But when you get loud, there's always someone bigger, someone badder, and you're going to irritate the wrong people. If you're going in there and you don't want to have any more static than you absolutely have to, you know what I'm saying? Just do your own thing, man. Just do your own thing. Find people that are your tribe. Plug in with them. You know what I'm saying? If somebody tests you, if somebody punks you out, if somebody disrespects you, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do and then let it be done. But if you go in there and you know, you getting crazy or anything like that, that's not what's up, man. You want to just kind of stick to your own lane. Like, I cannot stress enough how minding your own business and staying your own lane is relevant in prison and on the streets. The only time that I would ever get out of my own lane is if I felt like somebody was bullying somebody in there, or I felt like somebody was a predator that needed to be dealt with. You know, I stayed in my own type of trip. You know, I had my car, and you know, that was my people. I didn't get out of that car unless I felt like somebody was being, you know, disrespectful or, you know, was being a bully to somebody else. Like, there was this little white kid that he was super white, like he was albino, right? and he was white and soft. So I started calling him Cotton. But I liked the hell out of Cotton, man. He was a cool kid. And he got a drug debt for like $30-something. And these dudes told him they were going to run a needle full of AIDS blood into him. And he was scared to death, bro. Like, this kid was terrified. And, you know, I messed with this dude. I liked Cotton. So I was like, yo, come with me, bro. We're going to go talk to these dudes. And I went and set them straight. You know what I'm saying? And that was me getting out of my own lane. But I felt like they were being bullies, bro. Like, I paid his debt. And I said, don't ever give this dude nothing again. He's clearly not good on his debts. Don't ever give this dude nothing again. If you ever do business with this dude again, I'm going to have a problem with you. You're going to have a problem with me. That's going to be it. But you ain't going to run no AIDS blood into this kid. This kid was like 20 years old, bro. You ain't giving a 20-year-old AIDS over a $30 debt. I'll stab you to death, bro. Not happening. So I missed a lot of comments. Hey, Joe Dove, thank you so much for the support, brother. I really appreciate you. I wanted to look back here. I saw somebody, Alma Wright said, what part of Eugene are artsy, hippie, cool? I'm near Salem. I need to move and a tribe. So, look, like, back when I was growing up, the part of Eugene you didn't want to go to was the Whitaker area, right? But it was like all the, you know, there was like the criminal element there, but there was also the arts element there. And so I haven't lived in Eugene in like 8 years or so, but like they kind of gentrified it a little bit. Like they sunk a bunch of money into it, but it's still a really cool artsy district. I love so many different parts of Eugene. Like Eugene has so much soul. Like the place that I'm from in Oregon is like the hippie capital of the universe, Eugene, Oregon. Hey Jimmy, what's up, brother? So that, hey, if you guys aren't following Jimmy McGill, you guys need to go follow Jimmy McGill, especially if you're in recovery. That is the dude. That is the main man, bro. He is out there making all the moves in Arkansas. So if you guys aren't following Jimmy and you're interested in recovery, mental health, just bettering yourself, having daily motivation, that's a good guy to follow on all platforms. I love Jimmy to death. Eugene, Oregon, the town center, like the town square, is called Kesey Square. It's named after Ken Kesey, one of the best parks. It's this giant garden park. Hey, you don't even got the YouTube up, Jimmy? I'm sitting here plugging you. You ain't even got it up? Okay, so follow Jimmy on TikTok and Facebook and probably Instagram, where I am the laziest creator ever. I barely do nothing on Instagram, so I apologize if y'all are Instagrammers. I just don't go on that very much. Hey, Jimmy, I love you. You're a hero to millions of people, dog. I see you every single day out there spreading positivity and love. The impact that you have on the community around you and the global community it's fathomless, bro. Biggest floral park in Eugene, Oregon is called Hendricks Park. It's named after Jimi Hendrix. My old hometown is just it's a hippie mecca, bro. We got the Oregon Country Fair out there. We got the Saturday market where every Saturday vendors come out and they sell like handmade goods and they sell homegrown goods, and a bunch of hippies storm the stairs at the courthouse and start playing drums and smoking weed on the stairs of the courthouse. Even before it was legal, they were doing that. They just didn't care. It was like hippies took over the middle of downtown and the cops were just like, just gonna let them do it. Just gonna let them do it. It's a really artsy, vibey little town. I dig it. So, let's see. Bigfoot country. You know what? I ain't never seen no Sam Squanches out there, and I've been looking. To let you know, I'm a father too. I have 4 boys, and you have helped so much, JD. You are the brother I lost. You are the brother I lost. Thank you from all of us. Joe, I love you, man. I love you and I appreciate you, bro. Like, if there's one thing that I wish that I could go back and tell myself right now is that, like, we don't have forever. We don't have forever, especially with them kids, man. Just be present in every moment. One of the biggest regrets, like, I regret the damage that I did to my communities when I was in my active use, and I regret, you know, the scope of negativity that I spread. But one of my biggest regrets is just not being present when I was there, you know, with my kids, like more present, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when I was doing good and I wasn't doing the meth, you know, I still was drinking and I wasn't present and I wasn't plugged in the way that I should have been, the way that they deserved. And I wish that I could go back and I could change that, especially now that he's gone. I wish that I could change that. So my advice to all parents is be present, enjoy every second, get with it. Steve, man, thank you so much. I appreciate you, bro. That's awesome. Thank you for the support. Much love to you. Happy Easter, my dude. Have you ever seen anybody getting cornholed? What, like in prison or on the streets, bro? I've seen a lot of stuff. What you mean? You're gonna have to be a little more specific. You asking that question over and over again? Bro, I've seen some stuff. Uh, hey, Ascension, what's up? I'm glad you caught alive. So glad that you're here. Trying to catch up on these comments real quick. The meth, Jimmy. The meth got me. And you know what? It's funny because that is the only substance that ever got me. I did a lot of different things and I'd be able to just do it and put it down. Like, you know, I was prescribed opioids for a long time. And yeah, the withdrawals sucked, bro. The withdrawals were hairy. Like, I have so much respect for anybody who goes through the withdrawals, gets out, and changes their life. You know, the withdrawals are terrible. I was able to get through them, and then I just didn't want any more. But the meth, bro, the first time I did it, I've never been able to have breaks on my own, bro. Like, if I were to go out right now and I were to light the bowl from the bottom one time, I guarantee you I would not be able to stop until they put the cuffs on. It's the only thing that's ever gotten me clean, bro. Like, I have no control once I start. So, oh, wow. All In Poker, thank you so much. All In Poker said, you are amazing. Keep your head up. Put everything in God's hands. Happy Easter. Just know it's not goodbye. It's see you later, and one day you will see him again. Keep your videos coming. Much love. Branson, Missouri. Maybe you can visit. Bro, thank you so much. I appreciate your support, dog. Thank you. I really appreciate this, the financial support and the kindness and that statement, bro. Like, that's really, honestly, you know, and I keep saying this to my family because, like, I've been trying to be as supportive as humanly possible to my family. I know that they don't have a lot of people that they can go and talk to. And so I just try to tell them, you know, all the things, bro, all the things. Like, celebrate the time that you had with him. You know, don't mourn his passing. Celebrate that every single day that we had with him was a gift. You know what I'm saying? And that this isn't a permanent goodbye. And he's not suffering. It's just us. So we should focus on the positive. And I say those words, and I honestly believe them. But it just doesn't take, like, especially on things like the holidays, bro. It's different now. Like, it slaps different. The holidays, even in prison, I could still get down with some holidays, bro. You know what I'm saying? I could have no tree, no presents, you know, half a decent meal, and I'd still be happy, bro. It's just, I'm learning to adjust. I'm learning to cope with the new situation that I have, as far as, you know, losing a kid goes. It's different, bro. Like, if you've never lost a kid, I don't wish it on nobody, bro. It is absolutely, it's gut-wrenching. So, dude, Country kills it, bro. Country, I love you so much, bro. You're awesome. Yes. A couple people are mentioning that I have a shirt on. And yes, I do have a shirt on. It's actually cold here today in Daytona. I'm not even wearing like a cutoff or anything like that. Sinner says, your tattoos are awesome, boss. Which is your favorite tat? Okay, so like asking me what my favorite tat is kind of like asking me if I prefer my right arm, my left arm, either of my legs, or my dangly bits. I like them all. I prefer them all. But I will say this, it is illegal for me to have a shirt on. Real human, I love you, dog. Daytona does get cold, John. It does. It's not super often, but man, it's been cold here today. I didn't get all my tats in prison, and all the tats that I got in prison, except for my right leg, I've had gone over since I got out because I wanted them darkened up and I didn't want to look super prison-y ink. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got some color in there. You know what I'm saying? I did a few different things to try to separate it from the prison look. But my favorite tattoo, and y'all, I'm a simp for my wife. I love my wife. She's my best friend. When I hooked up with my wife, bro, I had nothing. I was just a dude who scraped, you know, a couple months together at a sober house, and she saw something in me. You know, she owned her own home. You know, she's never been like into substances heavily. You know, she has her own thing. She has her eating disorder. She had just gotten out of a really abusive relationship she'd been in for a long time. But my favorite tattoo, I would have to say, it's super simple, but it's just Jax. It's just my wife. It makes me feel connected to her even when she's not in the room. I know that, like, That's a simp ass thing to say, and I'm a simp for my wife. 100%. She's my best friend. She's been a huge blessing. Do I believe in God? I believe in God, but I don't believe in a specific God from a book. I believe in a God of my own understanding and a God of my own experience, a God that I've been able to feel and that makes sense to me. And I absolutely believe that there is so much more out there than just the physical, but I don't think that we're going to find the comprehension of that inside of a book. But I respect everybody else's religion as long as it doesn't force you to hate other people, because I do believe that God is love. That if there's one energy that God is, it's love. Max Blasto, thank you, dude. I really appreciate you. I worked at a hospital for a while, and we had a lot of inmates come in for very minor problems. I was wondering how the medical releases works. You know what? I wish that I could answer that, because I really don't know. I was never able to get a medical release. Like, I had some issues, and they told me basically to go take ibuprofen off the canteen. Even when I was at a place where it took like 2 weeks once you ordered canteen to get your item, they're like, order ibuprofen off canteen. You'll be fine. I never got a medical release. I know that there were other people who had it, but like medical releases, like, if you're talking about a medical release just to get outside, to go get outside services, it had to be life-threatening. I never saw it in my state for anything minor. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a tooth that was totally savable, but it was super infected. I wanted to save it. I put in like I tried every single administrative option that I possibly could to be able to go to an outside doctor to get a root canal instead of just having them pull the tooth. And they were like, yeah, bite down, kid. You ain't going nowhere. Go pound sand on that. And like, I had the money lined up for my appointment. I had the money lined up to pay for the guards to take me. And I think it probably was part of the hole that I dug myself, because, I was in a gang. I was very, very active in a gang. So would you really trust somebody who's super active in a gang to, okay, we're gonna take them out to an outside dentistry appointment. Hey JD, are you a car guy? I mean, I do love me some cars, but it's not something that I kind of fantasize over or anything, man. Like, really, when it comes down to material things, I really like having an old guitar. You know what I'm saying? I like having an old guitar with real good tone. I like having equipment so that I can make better studio, equipment so I can make better content for y'all. Beth, I'm glad you're here. Love you, hon. Love straight from Daytona Beach, Florida. And the car, me and my wife just recently bought a new car, and I got it, basically we got it for her. And she got like this really kick-ass Nissan Sentra. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing super fancy, but it's brand new, and it has every single safety feature, which was important to us because I want her to have all the safety features, because she's beautiful and she's smarter than me and she's super capable, but she's basically blind, and she drives like it too. I'm terrified for my life every time I get in that goddamn room. God. Let's see. What make and model is that guitar? This is an Ibanez. This is an Ibanez, a whole bunch of letters and numbers. I'm not going to read it off. It's just you know what I'm saying? It's an Ibanez that I picked up at a pawn shop right when I got, when I got busted by the Secret Service. They took off with all my stuff. They seized everything. And I had some real nice guitars, really nice guitars that they seized from me. And I just went to a pawn shop and I played about 15 guitars. And I've always been partial to Ibanez guitars. And this one just had some tone and soul to it. I feel like whoever owned it before me poured their heart into this thing. And so I liked it. Hey JD, I was wondering if you would do an interview with Larry Lawton. Yo, we are actually working on that right now. I'm waiting for a callback from Larry's assistant. I've been in talks with him for about a month and a half about how we're going to do this. I believe that right now he's waiting. His RV needs to get some sort of work done before he can drive it up to Daytona. And he's going to drive up to Daytona. We're going to do some content together. And then also we're going to probably go out to New York and do some filming with Ian Bick, like a trifecta type of thing, which I think would be really cool. Country said, JD, are you serious? You said she's basically blind because Like I said, my girl has a bad eating disorder and is legally blind. 100% country. Yo, the best girls are. The best girls are. The best girls have eating disorders and they're technically blind and they're probably halfway punchy. You know what I'm saying? I love my girl to death, but I think that the only reason that she even hooked up with a dude like me is because she couldn't see me at first. I think that's how I got my chance. She couldn't see me, so I was able to like get some of the talk game in before she realized I'm kind of medium ugly, bro. So I lucked out with that because she's stunning. She's amazing, and her heart. Let's see. Classic acoustic, I can dig it. You find a lot of guitars at pawn shops and make them your own. Bro, like, I've lived a lifestyle for so long where I would get really nice things and then the cops would take it. And then I'd get out and I'd get really nice things and the cops would take it. So, like, stuff has just always become less and less important to me in my life. The riches that I'm after now, I like spiritual riches. I like emotional riches. I like growth and healing and recovery. Like, that's the stuff that I hold the highest value on in my life anymore. You know what I'm saying? Dick, what's up, bro? I love Dick. He's a good dude. Hey, JD, glad to catch another live. Would love to hear your thoughts on inmates who were abandoned and trapped in Orleans Parish prison during Katrina. That story was awful. Much respect. You know what, dude? It's not just there either. They do that stuff to inmates when there's hurricanes here in Florida. Amy, thank you. Yo, I love those hippos. That's awesome. Thank you, sweetie. I love you. Yeah, so anytime there's a natural disaster, I guarantee you, the staff at the prisons, they're going to go take care of their family. They're going to take care of their home. And the inmates are going to get abandoned. That just is what it is, man. It's terrible. There was a few hurricanes ago, one of my best friends is a bank robber and he was locked up. And bro, they were without power for like 2 weeks and nobody was coming to feed them. And they were locked up and they were just stuck in there and like there wasn't fresh water. That type of stuff happens, man. Prison's a bad place to be during any type of natural disaster. When I was locked up, they were starting to talk about swine flu and bird flu and all this. And I was reading The Stand. Horrible choice to be reading that book at that given time. And there was that scene in The Stand where they were all stuck in the prison and like dude was eating rats and like looking at the other corpses to see if any of them were still good to eat. Yo, that scared me, bro. I was like, damn it. If this swine flu thing comes through, I'll tell you what, I'm eating somebody long before they go bad. Waylon Smith, do I believe in aliens? I absolutely believe in aliens. 1,000%, bro. I would think it would be absolutely arrogant to think that we are the only sentient life in this huge universe, bro. What banks did he rob? Well, he was only convicted of robbing one bank. So that is the only bank that he ever robbed, as far as I'm concerned, allegedly. But I'm actually going to have him on. I'm going to let him tell that story. He's going to be coming on pretty soon. He's one of my best friends, and he served time here in the Florida system. We're going to do a little interview. We're going to talk about robbing banks. We're going to talk about the difference between doing time in Oregon on the West Coast and out here in Florida. The scum that killed my family is an OSP. I'm really sorry to hear about that. You're talking about Oregon State Prison? Yeah, because we were talking about Oregon already. So yeah, 100%. Sorry. Well, if he killed women or children, anything like that, I guarantee you he's having a bad time at OSP. OSP is the right joint for him to be at with them type of charges for him to have a horrible time. I know that doesn't really do a lot for you in the situation, but the only solace I can really offer you is that if he's in OSP, he's having a bad run at life right now. How do guys with diabetes deal with commissary foods? I mean, I know a lot of people who just ignored their diabetes, bro. But, there's stuff on commissary that's, not sugary and stuff like that. There's not really set up in there for people with any type of dietary restrictions, bro. It's really terrible. It's super unfortunate. Tarek, what's up, man? My sister has dealt with eating disorders and has vision problems. My understanding, they go hand in hand when it gets serious. Yeah, absolutely. That can absolutely be a thing. Big Dummy, just watched the Green Mayo video. Hey, that was not my finest moment, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, Nightmare Crater. Hey, what you think is going to happen with these 3 kids that killed those people and robbed them? Are you talking about here in Florida? Are you talking about them jits, that 12-year-old and that 17-year-old that killed 3 people? Oh, bro, that's a nightmare. That's an absolute nightmare, bro. Kids killing kids is just a nightmare. What do I think is going to happen to them? I don't know. I haven't seen any of the proof that they have or the evidence. I don't know if they're going to get busted and it's going to stick or whatnot. I don't know anything about it. Big Dummy, thank you for subbing. Welcome to the community, bro. Chasing My Recovery. Hey, JD. Actually tried to DM and send you an email through your site with your merch because I had questions about OSP and someone that was there when you were, and this person was your favorite type. How can I ask? I don't really look a lot at my DMs on my sites, but did you hit me up on Insta? If you hit me up on Insta, I can go and check that. If not, hit me up on Insta because it's just less confusing for me than the Facebook Messenger thing. And thank you for your support. I appreciate you. What do you think is going to happen to them when they get to prison? So look, here's the thing is that they are kids who killed other kids. And they're going to be in a JIT camp. They're not going to have a great time. Florida JIT camps are wild. It's wild as hell in these Florida JIT camps out here regardless. It's not a good time for nobody. No matter what you're in there for or who you are, Florida JIT camps are crazy. Yeah, my ADHD is kicking in, bro. I need to take my meds for my ADHD real quick. Hey, I'm sorry, you guys. I just got asked the question, what does a JIT mean? JIT is actually Florida speak for a youth, for a youngin', for a kid or a teenager. Chasing My Recovery. Cool, man. Do that. Hey, I appreciate that. Fuck Fight Busta. I appreciate that, bro. I feel sorry for the parents. Absolutely. It's an absolute nightmare. Dude, I don't know what these jits were thinking, but if it was them, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it was them. I haven't seen any of the proof or anything like that. This all just came out. This is a story that I will be following. And I'm probably going to be talking to a few people who've done time in the JIT camps in Florida. I never went to no JIT camps in Florida. I've done, county time in several different counties in Florida, but I've never been to no JIT camps. Hey, JD, if I can figure out your email address, let me get your email where people can buy your merch, or your Cash App. I do the same for Chad when anyone asks. Country, I'm going to get with you, bro. Country, I'm definitely going to get with you. In fact, Country, I just need to give you, I need to give you my phone number so that we can text back and forth and figure out, whatever you ever need to figure out. Country, I got to get you my information. So Country, are you on Insta? Country, if you can hit me on Insta so that I can hit you back, that would be super cool, my man. I really appreciate the work that you do here for me, man. And I just want to say this one thing. I appreciate anyone and everyone who goes and checks out the Convict clothing. That's my clothing line for any of you guys that don't know. That's where my merch is. That's my clothing line. I appreciate anybody who checks that out there. But I don't have control of that email. That's my business partner. He does that. So I don't see those emails. So that's not probably the best place to get a hold of me. One of my boys spends years in a youth offender camp in Florida. He says it was wild. Lots of kids trying to prove their top dog. Tarek, that is exactly what it is like in JIT camps across the country, right? But Florida kind of hit different, bro. It's kind of different out here. It's like a different level of savagery. But how they, and I know that it's been disproven, so please don't come at me with the science here. We don't need the science, but that old saying about how a baby rattlesnake will bite you and it'll empty all its venom into you. You're safer getting bit by a full-grown rattlesnake because they know their limits and they're not trying to prove something. That's kind of what it is. That's kind of what it is with young inmates. That's kind of what it is with rookie cops, bro. You guys ever been pulled over by a rookie cop and he's like up in your face, super aggressive, and you're talking to him and you're just like, bro, where's all this negativity coming from? Why are you being like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even did shit, bro. Like, dead ass ain't did shit. And then like a real cop shows up who's got a few years under his belt and he goes, hey, calm down, calm down. You know what I'm saying? It's always the rookies, whether it's convicts or cops, always the rookies that are all up in that business trying to act like they got something to prove for themselves. What will happen if Donald Trump decides, if Donald Trump goes to prison? I did a whole full length on that, man. You can absolutely go check that out. Trev, what up, my dog? How you doing? Good to see you, my man. Hey, Doug, good to see you, bro. I'm Cool 27. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. So, hey, my dude Trev Demon Army put me on to this new clothing brand that some good friends of his own, and they give portions of all their proceeds to help like veteran suicide hotlines and services, mental health services for veterans. And like, y'all know I already have my own clothing line, but I'm 100% going to be plugging theirs. I'm going to be wearing some shirts. I'm going to be talking about their cause because I 100% believe in that. Like when it comes to like helping people with mental health, especially our veterans, I'm going to get involved. I'm going to get my hands in the mud every single time, y'all. Matthew Campbell, found your TikTok today. Haven't stopped watching. You're funny AF. Been depressed the past few days. You made me laugh all day. If I buy merch, will you sign it? Matt, I absolutely 100% will, man. I am so glad that I can make you laugh while you're depressed. I've struggled throughout my entire life with clinical depression. So knowing that I was able to put a smile on your face and maybe make that depression like a little bit lighter, just like a few shades on the tint lighter, that makes me so happy, bro. And if you want me to sign something, I've signed hats before. I don't know how good it would do signing a t-shirt because you wash it. The hats really work really well. So I've signed a few hats. Be more than happy to, bro. Absolutely more than happy to. I'll really appreciate you, bro. I'm glad that you're here with us. Yo, the depression, it seems so thick. It seems so dark. It seems so potent. It goes away, bro. Just keep taking the right steps. Just keep moving forward, bro, and love yourself along the way because you deserve that. JD's the uncle everyone needs in their life. Hey, you're all family to me. Every single one of you. What you need? A big brother? What you need? An uncle? I got you. I love every single one of you folks, man. Shoot, I'm going to need a signed lid for sure. Trev, you already know. Harley, what's up? Good to see you. Let's see. 15 and 20 is wrong, man. Is that talking about a sentence? I don't know. I feel like I just stepped into somebody else's conversation. I feel kind of nosy. Let's see. Blair, hello. Let's see. Real Human, the exact older brother character we all needed to smack us into shape. Look, sometimes, and I was a personal trainer for a couple of years, okay? So, I worked at Gold's Gym in Eugene, Oregon, and I was a personal fitness trainer. And some people needed that, like, encouragement, like, you're doing really good, Mrs. Jones. Keep going, just a few more. Yeah, you absolutely deserved that glass of wine with your dinner tonight. You've earned it. You're doing great, hun. And then some people, a lot of dudes specifically, need the opposite type of encouragement. This is why your wife doesn't look at you. You're pathetic, pussy. Push the fucking weight. What's wrong with you? Do you want to be disgusted your entire life? There's different types of motivation. For me, that honey, I ain't going for that. I need someone to slap me right upside my head, bro. I need the hard truths. I need the real truths. Sometimes being tough on people helps them a lot more than going easy on them. And, other people, it's better for them if you go kind of easy and encouraging. It's about reading the room and knowing the person. You know what I'm saying? Part of what I do in recovery coaching is being able to tell the difference between somebody who needs the more negative motivation or the sterner love and the people who need support and uplifting and building. And I think to some extent we all need the support and the love and the building. But there can be positive effects from both different sides of the spectrum. Hey JD, love ya. I meant what I said in the previous video. You look amazing still. I hope I look as good as you when I get up to that age. One love, bro. I mean, I am old. I'm doing the best that I can, but I've marinated myself in, crime, hardcore substances, whiskey, and incarceration for a lot of years. So I think that kept me young and beautiful. That was my skin routine for a long time. That was my skin routine for 20 years. How old am I? I am 44 years old, bro. Look into finding an agent. At some point I might do that. Yeah, no more, Trev. It helped for a minute. Have I heard of airsoft? Like, what, the airsoft guns? I am cool 27. I knew we was friends, dog. Looking like I'm 35. I knew we was friends, fam. I appreciate you. These are starting to go real fast. What do I think of the crime in the UK? Knife crime in the UK. Look, man, you can take every single thing from a human being, bro. You can put a human being in a cement block with another human being, and they can't even have clothes on. If somebody wants to hurt or kill another person, they gonna find a way to do it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, these mass shootings are hella unfortunate. But I don't trust our government enough to give them control of whether or not they take away our guns. I think what needs to be addressed here in a large portion is this mental health just epidemic that we have in this country. There's so much to the mental health epidemic in this country right now. People are scared. People are desperate financially. There's so much going on. But I know that when I was a criminal, my favorite thing was unarmed citizens, because I was more scared of an armed citizen than I was any police. Six Guns All. Hey, JD, thanks for the positive energy this week. Has been rough and a bit crazy here. Good to see one thing hasn't gone crazy this week. Hey, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for the kind words. I'm glad that we get to all be a part of this community and come together. Thank you. I really appreciate you, Six Guns All. Hey, JD, what do you think about felons and firearms? I'm curious to know your take on this. Look, here's the thing. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. But, I was never even convicted of a violent crime. I was convicted of property crimes and drug-related crimes and fraud, The closest thing to a violent crime that I was ever convicted of was felon in possession of a firearm. So I don't understand, if I just have drug crimes and property crimes, how is that relevant to taking away my right to own guns forever? I think that if somebody gets off probation, if they serve their time, they do their probation, they should get all rights back across the board. The right to vote, the right to bear arms, all of it, unless they have signifiers that they could be like a dangerous individual for the community around them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody's a felon for, violent crimes, maybe that's something that they should be looked at. But if they're not, give them their rights back, man. Stumbled onto your veterans prison video. Hey, Jinx 2700. Stumbled onto your veterans in prisons video. You really nailed it with how we are vilified instantly if we defend ourselves in a fight, even if we use minimal force, because we rarely do. Yo, and that's the thing, bro. I feel like they hold you to a higher standard, but give you none of the actual help that you need with mental health. They train you, they throw you in impossible fucking situations, and you do what needs to be done. And then you come back and they're like, all right, cool, thanks, later. You know what I'm saying? But if you do anything wrong, if you have any consequences, if there's any repercussions for you in your life when you get out and you're back in civilian life, they're like, oh, well, you should have known better. You were military. What the fuck is that, bro? What is that? It's disgusting what we do to our veterans in this country. Dick, my dude, what's up? I live right outside of Philly. It has been pretty wild out there. Kids have been committing violent crimes, knowing they'll be let out with a slap on the wrist at best. Is hard time the answer, or will it make them worse? Look, Hey Harvey, what's up, brother? Dick, so look, here's the thing is like I'm generally for treatment and mental health services over incarceration. When it comes to violent crimes, like, bro, there's a price you gotta pay. You hurt people, there's a price that you gotta fucking pay. Now, should it be worked in conjunction with treatment services and mental health help? 1000%. We need to do something to try to make sure this doesn't happen again. We need to give people the best chance at being a part of the society and the community because these people are coming back. Unless you get life, you're coming back. Now, do we want a dangerous, more hardened criminal to come back? Or do we want to give these people that are human beings the best chance at staying out and doing something with their lives that they can possibly have? It's a no-brainer for me. Who do you want as a neighbor, bro? But yeah, if somebody hurts somebody else, they need to do some time. 100%. Diane said, I found you from Jumpsuit and I'm glad I did. Keep up trying to get programs to help those to succeed and not fail. Diane, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming over here. Welcome to our community. We appreciate you here. You're loved here. Thank you so much for being here. Stephen B. I'm 42-year-old white dude going to feds for 5+ years for embezzlement. How bad is he going to have it? He is clinical liar, first prison sentence. Okay. I thought you were talking about yourself, and I don't know if you're talking about yourself or if you're speaking in like the third person for a reason. Dick, thank you so much, bro. But let me answer that. So like white collar crimes in the feds, you're generally going to start out at like a low. You'll go to the reception center and then they'll shoot you to a low, which is not bad. It's not bad at all. Y'all know my homeboy Ian Bick, right? Y'all seen Ian Bick. Ian Bick made it through just fine. But then they generally shoot you out to like a super minimum camp if you're on white collar crimes. So, you know, those camps don't even have fences around them, bro. It's super soft. So he won't be doing no hard time. It don't matter if he's a liar or whatnot. As long as he don't mess with other people and he minds his own business, stays in his lane, he should be just fine. Do you still mess with any of your old crime partners? So, look, one of my old crime partners from Eugene, me and him went to treatment together before I left Oregon. And, you know, I didn't make it all the way through. I made it about 30 days. I decided that by my own estimation that I was cured. I was healed. I didn't need no more advice from nobody. I got this. And that's why I went out and relapsed. Well, he stayed for the whole gamut. He's doing great. And he ended up working in recovery for a while. And the thing about working in the recovery field is it doesn't pay really good in financials. It pays really good in the feeling of accomplishment that you get when you get to see somebody succeed. But like as far as like cash flow goes, you know, this dude got 5 kids. So he went back to doing construction. Me and him did crazy crimes together. I still mess with him. One of my homeboys is in Avon Park here in Florida, doing 7 years for trafficking. I hit him up on a regular basis. He calls me every time he gets a free call. Mondays are his free call day. Saturdays are free call day from Jason Vukovich, the Alaskan Avenger. You know, I get calls from prison all the time. I always answer my homeboys in prison. I prioritize their calls because I've been on that side of the fence. I remember what it was like to wait for, you know, being able to call one of your people and sort of live through what they're doing vicariously, being stuck in there where nothing ever changes. Every day is the same. I prioritize making time for my people. As far as any of my people that are, you know, that were my crime partners back in the day, there's only a few that are still alive and all of them are in recovery. You know, none of them are actively out doing garbage. You know what I'm saying? Everybody died, bro. Like, especially here in Daytona, pretty much everybody that I messed with, they're either in prison or they're dead. That's it. That's it. Prison or dead. You know, I don't have one crime partner that made it into recovery here in Florida. I got some back in Oregon, but you know, so you know, but I believe that wherever people are at, they still deserve help. They still deserve love. They still deserve to be met where they're at. And I'm always trying to pull people up. You know what I'm saying? Always trying to pull people up with me. You know, if I've got $1 and my friend is broke, we both got 50 cents. That's just how I do it. So I hope that answered. I still have partners in prison that call too. Harvey, hey, if you guys aren't following Harvey Talks Prison, y'all need to go follow Harvey. Harvey is the man. I love you, brother. It's so good to see you on here. Thank you so much for being an incredible moderator for our channel, our community. Harvey's the dude, bro. I love Harvey to death. And yeah, man, Harvey, those calls from prison, they mean a lot to me. I don't know about you. They mean a lot to me, bro, because I get to be the person that other people were for me when I was locked up. You know, I still remember the people who wrote me letters. I had a lot. Like I had enough mail that other people started to get pissed off and jealous. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I had a lot of support when I was in there, and that support stayed with me when I got out. And that support stayed with me for the most part after I relapsed, because, you know, when I was out there committing crimes, I never screwed over the people that I knew. There's 8 billion strangers out there. I would do random strangers dirty. I was never doing people that I knew dirty. So I kept a lot of my support, and, you know, that was good for me. Christopher says, hold on, I want to read this one real quick. An ex-corrections officer of 15 years. I can honestly say I meet a lot of good dudes who just made a mistake. I have also dealt with addiction in my life, so I can relate. Hey, 100%, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of good dudes in there who just 100% made one bad mistake. That wasn't me. That was not me. I was a career criminal, bro. I hit a certain point in my life, and I all the way went hard with it. And I just decided I'm going to be a criminal. This is who I'm going to be. I'm going to be the best criminal that I can possibly be. I'm going to be an intelligent criminal. I'm going to know what the consequences of my possible actions are going to be, and I'm going to run it in a way to where I'm making as much profit as I possibly can. And I ran that until life just beat the crap out of me, bro. And I felt so hollow inside. Like, I was doing good financially, I was doing good criminally, but my conscience and my heart were torn so bad. Like, I had hurt myself so bad by hurting others. The things that I had done had made me feel so terrible about myself that, you know, I ended up trying to kill myself at a Hilton Garden Inn in this suite that I had. And I honestly don't know why I'm still alive. I believe that God had a different plan for my life, and that God wanted to see me do other things and be able to, you know, make things better for other people. I feel that I got grace and that I received blessings strictly so that I could take those blessings and give them back to others. But, you know, I was a career criminal. Like, I was a bad person, bro. Like, I didn't listen to my conscience. It wasn't that I didn't know the difference between right and wrong. It's that I actively ignored it and I acted against it for profit. And I did that for a long time. And, you know, luckily I have a second chance, a different person. So when people tell me that, like, you know, I'm a good dude, or that, you know, they look up to me, or I'm some type of role model, like, I really, like, honestly, it feels bad to me, because I know that I've done so much damage, and there was such a long time where I wasn't living the right way. So, you know, I just keep trying to better myself and better the people around me and better anybody that I possibly can. But, you know, I still work past that every day, brother. Every single day I try to be a better person. Did you choose to be a career criminal, or did you feel no other choice? So, look, here was the thing, is that, you know, I never really did any real crimes until I met that white girl, until I started burning my bowl from the bottom, you know what I'm saying? Until I started doing meth. I just, you know, I did some psychedelics. I smoked some weed. You know what I'm saying? I definitely sold some weed. I sold some acid or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I didn't do no real crimes until I started doing meth. And meth just made me hyper fixate on money and getting money the wrong way. So I just became like a walking crime spree. I think that something is wired in me. Everybody who starts with methamphetamines has a different tweak. Some people will pick their face because they think that there's like bugs crawling under their skin. Some people think shards are growing out of their skin. They got to pull the shards out, put them in the pipe, and try to smoke them. Some people carpet surf. Some people do coloring books. Some people get into weird sex stuff, bro. I seen a dude put a whole wine bottle in himself while I was just trying to sell him a 20 bag. You know what I'm saying? My whole tweak, my hyperfixation when I was doing drugs was criminal stuff, bro, to make money. And it was a really dark and terrible place to live. I've got 5 years clean from opiates, and now it's due to rehab coaches like you, JD. Hey, I want to congratulate you on 5 years. Thank you for being here. I'm cheering for you. Congratulations. Hey, look, if she can do it, if I can do it, if we can do it, anybody can do it, man. 1000%. Let's see. Hey, Doug, can you hit me up on, let's see. Can you post it? Post it, Doug. Post it. 100%. 100%, Doug. Absolutely. I appreciate you asking and being respectful. So a member of our community, Doug, has something going on with his wife, and he wants to post a link for his GoFundMe. I'll let him explain it because I don't know anything about it. But yeah, Lucas, sorry, dog. I didn't need to know about the wine bottle either, bro. I was just there to do business. I was like, oh, no, bro, no. I told you, I seen some stuff, bro. My eyes ain't good no more, bro. I wish I was as blind as my wife half the time. My passion is contagious. Thank you so much, bro. Like, honestly, like, look, man, I'm just blessed. I'm blessed and I'm graced. I've been given grace beyond what I've earned because my karma, bad deal. But I keep getting these blessings. So, like, it would be an absolute disrespect to my blessings not to try to give them to other people and not to try to bring other people into a better place with me. Austin, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Today's been kind of hard. It's been kind of hard. It's like my first cognitive holiday since my kid died. So I've been kind of going through that. But, you know, like in general, bro, like I'm doing it, man. I'm living. I'm enjoying every single day. I spent this week, I had to go back and forth to the PO's office several times because I am going to fly out to see Ian Bick again. It's going to be a good time. We've got some plans. We've been conceptualizing a couple of different shows that we could do. So, yeah, I'm really stoked on it. Country, hit me up on Insta, bro. If you have an Insta, hit me up on Insta. 100%. Jojo, hey, I really appreciate you. I love my day ones so much. I love the people who just jumped in today, and I love my day ones so much. Thank you for being here, man. Yeah, you know, I had this account for years and years and years, but I would just play like acoustic guitar and record it and no editing and, you know, terrible sound. And so I didn't really do anything with it. But then I was like blowing up on TikTok, and my friend Jessica Kent hit me and she was like, bro, like, get on YouTube, do it. And so I did. And I think I had like a couple hundred people following me at the time. And then I started putting my content on here, and it just started blowing up, man. And I like it so much more over here. I really don't mess with other platforms much anymore. I throw my stuff up there, but I don't really care what happens with it. And I'm always over here answering comments. I'm not over there answering comments. Grim Reaper Gaming said, having friends that are addicts, how can I help? Be there for them. Be there for them. Don't enable them in their use. Don't encourage them with their use. Encourage them towards recovery, but really they're not going to do it until they're ready. Be there with them with options for when they are ready. You know what I'm saying? If you can look up places in your local area, I don't know where you're at, but if you can look up detoxes, if you can look up sober living programs, if you can have stuff ready for them, because everybody hits a bottom or they die. And if you hit a bottom and you don't die, the first natural thing that you're going to say is, I need help. And you ask somebody for help. And, you know, if help isn't available within a short window of your desperation, then you end up finding the fuel to get back into it and start doing other terrible stuff and going back into it. So just be ready. Be ready for them, man. That's my honest advice. I saw Kristen. JD, you do awesome at responding to comments. I do my absolute best, sis. I do my absolute best. You know, I have over 600,000 people on different platforms. I pay the most attention to this one because this is my favorite platform. I like it here the best. Hater Proof 309 said, celebrating 10 years clean this week. Just wanted to take a moment to tell everyone it's never too late to better yourself. JD and I are living proof. Hater Proof, this one's for you, dog. Big love and respect, man. I'm over here cheering you on. That is amazing, dog. I'm just trying to catch up to where you at, brother. I'm just trying to get right up there with you, man. If you have friends that are using Be a Friend, it's proven that someone in recovery has friends and social interactions. It helps recovery. Yeah, 100%, 1000%. Like, never give up on your people. Just try to meet them at where they're at, make them feel seen, make them feel heard, but always have, some sort of intervention plan ready for them for when they need the help. That's the best thing that you can do. It's not forcing it down their throat. It's waiting for them to be ready and having some sort of plan. So, give them affirmation, 1000%. Who was the worst nonce you encountered in prison? Probably the snowman. The snowman was this terrible. So, for anybody who doesn't know, nonce is a word for chomo, diaper sniffer, pee-pee toucher, baby bandit. Worst, probably the snowman. He hadn't seen or felt sunlight on his skin in like 8 or 9 years when I got there. He was in there for just a laundry list of awful charges against kids. And he was a really bad person. He blamed his mom for owning a daycare, saying that she knew he had a problem. She shouldn't have brought kids around him. I watched this dude get messed up so many different times. I have so many stories about this dude getting messed up. So what does chomo? Does chomo mean pedo? Yes, it does. I don't know why it's not chimo. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. When I first got to prison and people started talking about chomos, I was like, "You mean a chimo?" Because child mo, and they're like, "No, man, we pronounce it chomo." And I'm like, "Why? It don't make sense." And they go, "Well, it doesn't make sense to us either. It just is what it is." But it's cool because it's one of the ways that I can slip that type of word by YouTube without them, dinging me for it. YouTube has put a lot of my stuff to 18 plus, and it's crazy. 100% chimo, feel like a lame. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, bro. In Canada they call them goofs. My friend Q calls them squid goofs too. It's I love hearing the different terms for them in different places. Here in the U.S., Cat, we call them politicians. Politicians. That's another word for pedophiles here in the U.S. Kitty fiddlers, nonsense. Yeah, that's what's up. Elites. Yep. What did Kristen say? We call them chesters. Absolutely. Chimo is better. Chimo just makes sense to me, right? Like, don't it make sense to y'all? I don't know. Colorado, anything higher than the medium, you can't use the word goof without getting poked up or jumped. Oh, damn. YouTube has been demonetizing a lot of Chad's videos. YouTube has been demonetizing my videos, but then also they've been like putting in 18 plus so that you can't even watch it unless you're verified 18 or over, which is just crazy to me because like I don't think that I get too wild with it. But like the Parkland school shooter video, they made that 18 plus, and I don't know. I probably went slap off on that. I don't really like when I get on camera, I just go and I just speak my mind. I'm speaking from the heart. I'm speaking from the hip. When I do my full-length videos, it's not like I have anything written down, bro. I'm just talking. I'm just talking straight from my heart. I've done my research. I always do my research, but they want to make things 18 plus or whatever. I think that eventually what I'll probably do is I'll probably start a Patreon where I have my adult content. And I don't mean spicy content. I'm not talking OF, but I'm talking about where I can just really speak 100% what I feel about certain stuff so that it can be seen without people trying to take it down or, put weird stipulations on it, all of that stuff, getting me in trouble. Rumble has free speech. I'm not really sure what Rumble is. I'll look into that. You guys, it is getting late over here, and I'm going to head out. I appreciate each and every one of you guys hanging out. YouTube is the new TikTok. I love each and every one of you guys, man. Thank you for spending some time with me on Easter. Special thanks to my mods. You guys are incredible. I will see you guys next week, if not before. Country, I will check into Rumble. Till